Hello, my name's Sabrina Moreland, and I'm one of the librarians at Walters State. And I've prepared a video that's going to help you locate articles for your article review assignment for Psychology 1030. And so we're going to start off with just some contact information because it's always a good idea to know who to talk to when you need help. So there's my information first, my email address and my office phone number. So feel free to contact me with any research questions you have, whether that be which database is most appropriate, how to evaluate a site, keywords to use, your APA citations, anything research related, I'm happy to help. I'm also available to meet on Teams or Zoom if you would like an individual virtual coaching appointment. I've also included information for the Writing Center. So Jennifer Mays is the contact for the Writing Center, and I believe that is always listed in your eLearn class list as well. So the Writing Center should be there should you need help with the actual composition of your papers and assignments. So maybe your thesis statement or the organization of your paper. And then lastly, that's the information for tutoring on the Claiborne campus. So be sure to call tutoring if you need help with anything else, math, science, you name it. So I want to start off with thinking about your research experiences in general. And so sometimes we have these great expectations to start off our research, and it's going to work out. We have an interesting topic. We think we can find what we need in the databases or online. And so we have this perfect little picture planned, but in reality, we struggle. It doesn't quite turn out how we wanted it to. Sometimes we have to even change the direction of our research because what we're looking for hasn't been written on yet. And so we don't want you to feel this way. We don't want you to have these feelings of failure or stress when you actually do the research. So hopefully this video and some database demonstrations are going to help you with this assignment, but also your future research assignments as well. So where we start off is the library homepage. This contains our databases, information about the library, citation guides, if you happen to be looking for a print source. Also, all of our updates involving COVID-19 are on this site as well. So we're actually going to go there first. And it's just library.ws.edu, or you can click on the Walters State page and go to the library link in the top right corner. But our library page has lots of good information. Again, here's any updates we're making to our policies or hours. There's more contact information if you need to get a hold of another librarian, or just the circulation desk will be able to direct you to some really great answers if you have questions. You can also email the library at large. All the librarians are listed as well. And on the left, it's the quick links that are very helpful. So to get to the databases, we'll click on the A to Z database list. If you need equipment, so we have many laptops this semester and MiFis for personal Wi-Fi connections. You can go to the equipment checkout page and reserve a laptop or a MiFi. You can also look at our Citing Your Sources link, which has both an MLA guide and an APA guide. And of course, APA is what we're using in our psychology classes. We also have interlibrary loan in the event that you find an article or a book or some kind of other source that's not available through Walters State's libraries, but we can contact somebody else that might have it and have it sent to you either through the mail or emailed to you, because it's likely that the document could be scanned as well. So be sure to take a look at our site at your own time. One last thing, you can look for print sources as well if you would like to do that using this box. So the library databases, I'm going to be sending separate videos for each of these, but these are the two that are going to be most helpful for your literature, looking for literature on those psychology terms, so looking for those articles to review. So we're going to look at psych articles, and then we're going to look at a much larger database that holds many others for meta searches, and that's EBSCOhost. So these are some terms that you need to be familiar with when you're doing research in general. You'll want to find the full text article for everything you're looking at, because we don't just want an abstract. We don't just want a portion or an overview of our information. We also want scholarly peer-reviewed articles. So you might have heard your instructor say you have to use these, you have to use academic articles. All that means the same thing. Essentially that these pieces of information have undergone the peer review process. So experts have written them, or scholars in a certain field, and they have sent them out for other experts to evaluate. And so they determine if they're ready to be published or if they need some modifications. So that's the kind of article we want to review for this assignment in this class. You also want to pay attention to the year of publication. So currency is a big deal. Generally going back the last 5 to 10 years is safe. I know that depending on what you're researching, you might want to make that even a fewer amount of years. So pay attention to dates of publication. Databases use subject headings, which means we have to figure out which terms are best for our research, for our keyword searching. And so these subject headings can be treated like hashtags in a way, because they are essentially tagged terms or vocabulary in these databases. And so if we think of them as a hashtag, for example, on Instagram, if you look at hashtag book of the month, everything with that hashtag will pull up. And that's the way these databases work. We just have to figure out what words do they want us to use in the database to get the information we need. We're also going to use Boolean operators to create our search strings. So unlike Google, we're not just going to go in and ask a broad question. We're going to use terms like and, or, and not to put our terms together. And so that's all that makes up a Boolean operator, or the Boolean operators, is those three terms, and, or, and not. And you'll see how those are used a little bit more in the databases. But you can also look at the example I have down here. So if I'm looking for addictive behaviors and risk factors and treatment, I would have all those tied together with and. I could have said risk factors or treatment, which would give me more results. And then by saying not drugs, that is going to filter out everything that's not relevant to what I'm exactly researching. And lastly, all the databases have really great features that are helpful, like ways to email articles to yourself, to download, save, print, and they all have a citation tool as well that will be useful when you're creating your APA citations. Also keep in mind that because we're doing APA style, it's a great idea to have a place to go to check those citations. So we do have an APA library guide that I'm going to show you in another video. The Purdue OWL site is excellent. That's actually where I go all the time. You may have also purchased an APA manual, but you will be using these different guides to help you in formatting your papers with those in-text citations and your reference page. And again, I'm going to have an APA style video created for this class as well that will help you with all your APA questions. So I hope this gets you started on your research, looking for those articles to review for your psychology class. Please feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions, and have a great day.